Good morning, everyone. I'm going to make the no bite energy balls that I sent in a recipe for, kind of a recipe. So I thought I would make a video showing you how I make these almost weekly treats. I'll make a big batch. They store well in the fridge or in the freezer, and that's excellent to grab as a quick snack or fill up a sweet tooth craving or anything. And like, they're amazing. These really saved myself last year when I did this cleanse, and I continue to make these all throughout the year. So I'm going to do a very basic one, and I'll tell you where you can add different things in depending on what you want to add in. So to get started, I like to just grab a bowl, and I'm going to do equal parts of the almond flour, hemp seeds, oats, and coconut. And so you can omit the oats if you're doing grain-free. My kids really like it when I put the oats in. So because I'm, making for myself, I might as well make for the family, I'm gonna add the oats, but that's optional. I've got cinnamon, I've got a natural peanut butter. This one's just Kirkland, like it's a 2-pack, but there's no sweetness in there. I've got some raisins, and I've got some warm water, and I've got some coconut oil, which I melted and then just poured in a jar. And of course, every time I use coconut oil, there's always some left over in your hands, and so I always put it under my eyes there. Anyway, okay, let's get started. So equal parts. I always sit, do this on my dining room table because it's a bit of a process, and I like to sit when I'm rolling. So we'll start with the almond flour. This is just, again, something I bought at Costco. They have the big bags for a good price. I think it's about like $15, and it makes a bunch of batches of this, plus cookies, plus the muffins. And my grain-free blueberry muffin recipe that I sent you this morning is in the oven right now. So about a cup of the almond flour, and I'll do, these are getting low there. I'll do about a cup of the hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are a great protein, and they're a great source of omega-3s and 6s, so that's awesome. Your essential fatty acids. A cup of coconut. This is like in the baking aisle. This is unsweetened, so make sure when you read the label it says unsweetened, because we're trying to get rid of those refined sugars. Okay, and then the oats. I'll just clean out my thing there. And about a cup of oats. So that's my base, and I'll just give it a stir, and you can kind of see the consistency, the texture, that kind of stuff. So when I make these balls, my liquids are going to be the honey and the peanut butter, and I'm going to put some raisins in, but I need to add a little water and a little coconut oil so that these balls are they're not too dry, and they'll hold together. Also because the water will be absorbed by the oats and stuff. So I'll add some raisins. That's like a natural sweetness. And it just adds a little color, texture. Okay, so now, I just realized my honey's on the counter from doing those muffins, so I'll grab that in a sec. I'm gonna put in cinnamon. So I've got I found this at Value Village one time, years ago, and I've used it ever since. I don't know if it's for cinnamon or what, but it's a nice big shaker of cinnamon, and you just go nuts in there. Again, cinnamon, a warming spice. It's great for digestion, and it helps to level your blood sugars. So that's all part of the game here. And I'm gonna add my couple tablespoons of coconut oil and a couple tablespoons of water. I'm gonna start with just a little bit and then see what happens as I get going. So let's just incorporate that. Let me just quickly grab the honey. I'm so lucky, my neighbor down the street is a honey keeper, and so it's Battersby's honey. I buy the pail because I'll use it in a lot of stuff. Okay, so I'll do equal parts of honey and equal parts of peanut butter, and then I might just adjust. I'm getting to the end of my jar of peanut butter, and what's really exciting about that is when that happens, I'll make a peanut sauce in the jar, and I won't waste any peanut butter. Peanut sauce is a great thing to have as a condiment in the fridge for quick meals, and we'll get to that. Okay, so in goes some peanut butter, and I'll pour in some honey, and I'm just gonna eyeball that it looks like the same amount of honey as it does peanut butter. So this is a big batch. You don't have to make a batch this size. You can make something smaller, or you can double, triple this. These freeze so well, and they refrigerate really well. So I don't recommend eating them at room temperature. Like I love them from the fridge. I love them from the freezer. You can, of course, eat them at room temperature too. They're just a bit softer and not as treatish, if you will, from the counter as they are from the fridge. So they get kind of hard to mix, which is fine. But if you find that like they're too dry, you can add a bit more water. You can add a bit more oil. But this seems good to me. So I will just finish mixing this up here. And you get like a bit of a workout in your arms, so you're welcome. All right. So then just to make sure your consistency is what you want, what you're gonna do is just try rolling a ball. So right away I can see, I was like, oh, it's maybe just too wet. So actually, no, that rolls pretty good. And there's one energy bite. So then your option now is to leave it like that, or you can roll some in coconut. These will firm up too. If you think, oh, it's just a little bit too soft, I would just urge you to leave it, because the water will be absorbed into the oats and the coconut and the almond flour. And once you put them in the fridge, they will harden up. So there's an idea to roll it in some coconut, or you can roll it in some almond flour, or both. So I'll do another one with the almond flour. I like them in kind of 2-bite size, but you can do smaller if you want, kind of like in the palm of your hand size. And then we'll roll that one in almond flour. You can do like an almond flour and cinnamon. You can do cocoa powder for more of a truffle look. And there we go. So these will store in a great, like in a container, single row, or then maybe like in a container where you kind of stack them, but try not to squish them. So single layer is best if you have a container like that. And again, you can freeze them too. So I won't keep the video running while I make the rest. I'm gonna make the rest here. And by then the muffins should be ready too. So we have the muffins for like quick snacking. This is for quick snacking. These are great refined sugar-free and wheat-free, dairy-free options to keep you powered up, to keep you going. Because I find when we start this program, we start doing a bit of a detox, I get hungry and I crave, like, I just need something sweet, or I just want something, you know, exactly like this. And so I have this. It doesn't set you back. It doesn't crash your, like, do that crazy stuff with your blood sugar. It's like, okay, that's good. And now I can carry on. So this is a tool. Use it, make them, let me know how they turned out, and we'll see you soon. Bye.